The Kings fire coach Todd McLellan, but what the hell does that exactly solve? Who actually believed that the Lakers would consider trading LeBron James? I want to know. And Jim Harbaugh might be crashing out at a tent city near you. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos morning report. And it is February 3rd, 2024. It is a crisp morning out in St. Loser Misery. But what the hell? Let's dream of California and talk a little LA sports. If you like being in the know about LA, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist, and by all means comment. I look forward to hearing from you, and I try to get back to every one of you. Before we go through the news and notes, a look at the scoreboard. The Clippers keep rolling. They are literally the limp biscuit of the NBA. Kawhi Leonard scored 33 points, and the Clippers beat down Detroit 136-125. Meanwhile, today, pretty decent lineup of games, I must say. The Lakers are in New York. They'll take on the Knicks at 5:30. UCLA, if they win tonight, they will be back at 500. They are going to play Oregon at 7 o'clock. And Oregon State is going to be playing USC, I should say, at 6. And let's be real, less said about Trojans men's basketball, the better. So let's get to the news. It was just 6 weeks ago. 6. When Todd McLellan was considered a legit candidate for the NHL Coach of the Year. Do you even remember that the Kings started the year by winning an NHL record 11 consecutive road games? How far ago does that seem now? The Kings wind up firing coach Todd McLellan Friday morning. They replaced him with assistant Jim Hiller for the rest of the year. The Kings, it's just an incredible fall. They were leading the Pacific Division with games in hand just a couple of months ago, and now they're barely clinging to a wild card spot. It's insane. During which a streak happened where they lost 14 of 16 games. Now, McLellan, it's not his first go-around with losing a coaching gig. He had also coached in San Jose and Edmonton. He is the 6th coach in the NHL to get tossed into the winter cold, and it happened just 15 days after GM Rod Blake affirmed that McLellan's job was supposedly safe for the rest of the year. Now, the reason that I didn't come in with a breaking news clip, as I often do when a coach, a manager, a general manager gets fired, is because I wanted the analysis to be on point. I didn't want to just do hot takes. I drives me nuts when I hear people just randomly go off the cuff about a coach getting fired. And there are layers to what happened. There are layers to why the Kings had to make this move. You can't lose 14 out of 16 games and honestly consider yourself a contender for the Stanley Cup. It doesn't make any sense. And the Kings built a roster where they thought they could contend for the Stanley Cup. So McLellan literally did have to go. But because there are layers, you have to ask, what does this solve? What does it solve? Let's break it down. Because the primary thing, you could point at particular players, and we will. You could point at this, that, or the other. But the reason that the Kings are sucking right now is that they have committed the one true cardinal sin of hockey. A sin that is literally akin to like mortal sin in Catholicism. If you commit this sin, you either repent or you are damned. And that sin in hockey, players getting selfish. Players are not supposed to be concerned about their own stats in hockey. Every team sport talks about the importance of teamwork, but hockey players are absolutely about that life. Why? Because it is such a violent and chippy sport that the moment your blades hit the ice, you better know here and here that all of your teammates have your back. Because for all you know, if they don't have your back, somebody's going to lift up a stick, and next thing you know, you're picking up your own eye off of the face-off circle. It is that important in that sport. When you get selfish in hockey, you either repent or you are damned. So, when team leaders Anze Kopitar and Drew Doughty called out their Kings teammates for being more worried about themselves, more worried about the stats than their teammates, the moment they made that complaint to the LA Times 2 weeks ago, McLellan was literally dead man coaching. Straight and simple. Now, about the players and about selfish behavior, you will hear, or you may already have heard, how much blame is going to be placed on expensive newcomer Pierre-Luc Dubois. And frankly, he deserves it. He deserves it, for example, because when the Kings beat Nashville on Thursday night on national TV, multiple analysts during the intermission report called out Dubois on being a slacker in the middle of the Kings' 1-3-1 defensive zone alignment. Now, the 1-3-1, literally, if you play basketball and you see a zone defense, one person up top, three in the middle, one in the back. Now, obviously, it's not a basketball court, but those three players in the middle of the 1-3-1 are in the center ice. It is designed by having that many players at center ice. It is designed to keep opponents from gaining momentum, from gaining speed through the neutral zone. Dubois was smack dab in the middle of the three. So in other words, if the puck was going up this end, Dubois had to hustle over and help this guy out. The puck was going up that side, Dubois had to hustle over here to help out this defender. That was his responsibility, to help. And he didn't. And because of that, opponents would gain speed through the neutral zone and generate scoring chance after scoring chance. And by the way, it's not just defense where Dubois was slacking. He was supposed to add a lot of offensive punch. He's had 10 goals so far this year. He is on a pace that would create his career low in a season. And because of that, he was demoted to the third line. Kind of a slap in the face punishment. Hey, get back on your game. You're being demoted. And then all of a sudden, the third line couldn't score. Apathy, like a cancer, grows. So all of a sudden, the Kings scoring, all four of their lines were scoring at the start of the year. Next thing you know, lines 4 and 3 weren't scoring, only the top two. So the Kings were not producing goals. They were not getting sufficient defense in the neutral zone. So what does this all mean? Because it goes beyond Dubois, trust me. I'll be mentioning another couple of players as well. The problem that the Kings now face, and their next game, by the way, is February 10th, so Hiller's got some time to try to figure out a solution. But the problem the Kings now face is not strategic, because Hiller is not going to install a brand new system. The Kings are still going to run a 1-3-1. It is because of what Kopitar and Doughty said. Kopitar and Doughty did not blame the coaches. It is about the players' focus. It is literally about their determination. It's about whether or not Kevin Fiala will keep control of the puck as opposed to passing to the other team. It's about whether or not Dubois will help out on defense. It's about contributing. It's about being all in. In other words, simply put, it's a gut check time for the LA Kings. That is going to be Hiller's job over the next week, convincing his players to buy in. And if they don't, then the Kings season is toast. And by the way, it's Hiller's first head coaching job. Good luck with that, dude. Good luck. Rich Paul, LeBron James' agent, did something that he never should have had to do. He had to shoot down internet rumors that the Lakers were looking to trade his client. This rumor, by the way, had been out for a couple of days. Now, the reason we haven't addressed it here on Faithful Angelenos is because the idea is so preposterous, so devoid of reality, that it would have been a waste of time for me to address it. But because it became such a big deal that LeBron's agent had to come out and say it, now we're going to talk about it. So what do you say, guys? Let's all grab ourselves a big old lifesaver from the sinking ship of social media gossip and then just dog paddle our way back to the island of reality. I want to give you at least 3 solid reasons, based in reality, why LeBron James would never demand a trade from the Lakers. 1, the Lakers would never get equal value trading him away. I dare you to come up with a trade where the Lakers get equal value for LeBron James. It's not going to happen because LeBron James is one of one, period. Number 2, if the Lakers trade away LeBron James, they are surrendering the season. They would literally be waving the white flag. The Lakers are not going to do that. For example, if you remember last year, the Lakers started off the season 0-5, barely qualified for the play-in tournament, and they still wound up in the Western Conference Finals. Why would you raise the white flag now? That would be insanity. Absolute insanity. And the third reason that that's not going to happen is for LeBron James to get traded. He would be leaving his family, not to mention his son who's playing over at USC. Why in the hell would LeBron James do that? You can say a lot of things about LeBron James. I get it. He is divisive. I get it. Sometimes you wonder if he really does want to be a Laker. I get all that. But the one thing you could definitely say about him, he is a family man. He's not going to turn away from his son because he actually likes watching his kid play. He said he was watching his mom watch his son, her grandson, and it brought tears to his eyes. Now you're expecting him to go and be traded to, say, Oklahoma City? Get out of here. It's not true. It's not happening. They keep saying the internet is undefeated. Well, somebody needs to get the internet some preparation H because these rumors are the hemorrhoids of sports news. LeBron James is not getting traded. Now, having said that, the Lakers have a big problem. Jared Vanderbilt is out. He has a right foot injury that's going to sideline him probably for the rest of the month and possibly for the rest of the season. He injured the foot Thursday in Boston. X-rays are negative, but they still don't know what the problem is. Vanderbilt has been called the heart and soul of the team, and he's already missed the first 20 games of the season. Now, I will grant you, Vanderbilt is not a big stat guy. He only averages about 10 points a game, right? But because he doesn't demand the ball, and because he was picking up doing the other things that his teammates weren't able to do or couldn't do, that's what made him so valuable to the overall team concept. If you believe in the stat of plus minus, in other words, when this person's on the floor, do the Lakers score more points or do they give up more points? The Lakers were in the plus margin by a country mile with Vanderbilt on the floor, negative when he was on the sidelines. So Jared Vanderbilt's actually surprisingly valuable, and he's going to be out for several weeks now. We can add a 19th name to the Idiot Scribe Laker rumor board. The scribes are now claiming that the Lakers are trying to talk Memphis out of Marcus Smart. That the Lakers are trying to talk Memphis out of Marcus Smart. Stop it. Stop it, guys. We have 19 names now. That's plenty. Stop adding more names. This one's not happening either. Stop it. Chargers coach Jim Harbaugh says he plans on living in an RV while coaching. I realize that the real estate market is out of control, but living in an RV, really? Are you literally going to take that $16 million in cash and stuff it under your mattress? Is that what you're telling me, Coach? And for damn sure, that's going to be a hell of a scene. Jim Harbaugh pulling up his RV next to a tent city. Jim Harbaugh, man, you are just one weird dude, I'm telling you. You know how to coach a team, I'll give you that. But if you wind up pulling up your RV next to a homeless encampment and everybody thinks that you're slinging H, I'd love to see you try to break down game film in an RV, by the way. Also with the Chargers, wide receiver Keenan Allen has reiterated that he wants to stay with the Bolts. He only played 13 games last year, still posted a career-high 108 receptions. But keeping him, which new coach Harbaugh strongly suggested that he wanted, keeping Keenan Allen will come with some struggle. We've been talking about this. The Bolts have the fourth worst salary cap situation in the NFL. Allen, meanwhile, has a $34.7 million cap hit for the team. So there's got to be some work to be done. Giff Smith, who was last seen limping toward the finish line, serving as the Chargers' interim head coach, is now going to join the Rams as a defensive line coach and run game coordinator. He'll replace Eric Henderson, who went to USC a few months ago. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. How the hell do the Kings pull themselves out of this tailspin? Did you even believe for a moment that the Lakers were going to trade LeBron? Did you? And if you enjoyed the conversation, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We're talking LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Corte El Queso production. Take care.